Free kicks are an art form not given to everyone, but those who master it to perfection turn every attempt into a true masterpiece. Today, we'll dive into the world of the most incredible free kicks that have changed the outcome of matches and gone down in history. So buckle up, because football magic awaits you. Known as one of the greatest free kick takers in the history of football, David Beckham gave the world an unforgettable moment on October 6, 2001. On that day, the England national team was playing against Greece at Old Trafford in a decisive qualifying match for the 2002 World Cup. The English needed at least a draw to guarantee their direct ticket to the tournament. The match unfolded dramatically. Greece took the lead twice, and by the third minute of stoppage time in the second half, the score was 2-1 in favor of the visitors. A few minutes earlier, Beckham had already taken a shot from a similar position but had missed. However, this time, when England was awarded a free kick from about 30 meters out, Captain David Beckham took the ball. Under incredible pressure, with his trademark strike, he sent the ball on a perfect trajectory straight into the top corner of the goal. The Greek goalkeeper couldn't react, and the ball hit the back of the net, sparking wild celebrations in the stands and across the entire country. This magnificent goal tied the score at 2-2 and secured the necessary point for England, allowing them to qualify directly for the World Cup, bypassing the playoffs. For David Beckham, this moment was not just one of the most beautiful goals of his career, but also a personal triumph that cemented his status as a national legend and a symbol of redemption after previous critical moments.
I don't believe it! David Beckham scores the goal to take...
In 2003, Inter Milan striker Alvaro Recoba scored one of the most outstanding goals of his career in a match against Bologna. The Uruguayan executed this free kick from such an incredible distance and with such skill that he left the goalkeeper with absolutely no chance. One can only imagine what thoughts went through the goalkeeper's mind as the ball flew straight into the back of the net.
Parte Recoba con sinistra, conclusione, rete! Un gol straordinario! 8 minuti e la partita cambia.
Surely every Barcelona fan remembers the legendary and cunning free kick executed by Juninho. In that moment, every player, including Barcelona's goalkeeper, Victor Valdez, was certain that the Brazilian would cross the ball into the penalty area. However, Juninho took advantage of this expectation and unleashed an incredible shot, sending the ball precisely behind Valdez, who was completely unprepared for such a strike from what seemed to be an awkward position. After being struck, the ball flew like a falling leaf, and Victor Valdez was instantly rendered powerless against this masterpiece, watching as the ball ended up in the back of his own net. Scoring a goal from a free kick from almost 40 meters? Not a problem if you're Ronaldinho. At the 2002 World Cup, in the quarterfinal match against England, the Brazilian magician got the opportunity to take a free kick. Many expected a cross into the penalty area, but Ronaldinho made a completely unexpected decision. Noticing that the England goalkeeper, David Seaman, had come too far off his line, Ronaldinho instantly took the shot. The ball flew on an incredible trajectory over the goalkeeper and landed precisely in the top corner of the net. The stadium was in shock at Ronaldinho's skill, and experts were already predicting a great future for him. However, this was not the only free kick masterpiece of his career. In 2005, in a Champions League match against the Italian side Udinese, the Brazilian scored another incredibly beautiful free kick goal. Ronaldinho, using his signature run-up, struck the ball, and it elegantly flew over the wall of opposing players and into the back of the net. He curled the ball into the top corner so gracefully that even the goalkeeper couldn't react to the shot. In a match against Zaragoza, the Brazilian also demonstrated his mastery. When you look at the power of the shot and the unpredictable trajectory of the ball's flight, it becomes obvious that the goalkeeper had no chance of making a save. This goal was another vivid confirmation of Ronaldinho's unique talent, capable of turning set pieces into true masterpieces of football art. Thierry Henry's free kick against Newcastle in 2006 is another masterpiece in the legendary striker's collection. This moment occurred on November 18, 2006, in a Premier League match at the Emirates Stadium, when Arsenal hosted Newcastle United. Arsenal was awarded a free kick near the left corner of Newcastle's penalty area. Henry, known for his technique and his ability to find the most unexpected solutions, stepped up to the ball. At that moment, many expected him to take a powerful and direct shot, but Thierry decided otherwise. When the whistle blew, Henry, from practically a standing start, sent the ball precisely into the top left corner. The ball struck the crossbar and went into the goal. The trajectory was perfect, and goalkeeper Shay Given's reaction proved to be completely useless in this situation.
It's left in the game. Arsenal trailing. It's Thierry Henry! Oh, yes!
Gareth Bale's free kick in Real Madrid's match against Galatasaray on November 27, 2013 became one of the most brilliant moments of that encounter in the UEFA Champions League group stage. When Real Madrid was awarded a free kick from about 30 meters out, Bale took on the responsibility. Using his signature technique, Gareth powerfully struck the ball with his left foot. The ball rose over the wall and, gaining immense speed, flew into the right corner of the goal. Thanks to the strong swerve and perfect trajectory, it was unreachable for the Galatasaray goalkeeper. I scanned. This goal opened the scoring in the match, and in the end, the Royal Club secured a confident 4-1 victory.
Bale goes for it. Bale gets it.
Philippe Coutinho scored an impressive free kick goal in the match between Liverpool and Arsenal on August 14, 2016. It was the first match day of the 2016-2017 Premier League season, and the game took place at the Emirates Stadium in London. The goal itself was scored in the 45th minute. Coutinho took a free kick from a distance of about 27 meters, and the ball flew straight into the top corner of Arsenal's goal, leaving goalkeeper Petr Cech with no chance of making a save. This precise strike allowed Liverpool to equalize just before halftime, as Arsenal had been leading 1-0 thanks to a goal from Theo Walcott. This goal became an important moment in the match, as Liverpool completely seized the initiative after the break and quickly scored several more goals.
Coutinho! That's a gem!
Willian has always possessed an excellent shot, and in the match against Southampton on October 3, 2015, he scored an incredible free kick, delighting the entire stadium. In the 10th minute of the match, Chelsea earned a free kick. The position and distance to the goal were significant, but the Brazilian paid no attention and sent the ball with a curling strike precisely into the top right corner. Following an incredible arc, the ball first hit the goalpost and then flew into the net. This goal can be watched endlessly, as it's true magic performed by the Brazilian. Since women also watch our videos, it'll be particularly interesting to present to you a free kick performed by the Notts County ladies team, which, in its genius, could evoke envy even from the stars of men's world football. The ladies from Notts County masterfully deceived the Arsenal defense, who couldn't figure out who was actually going to take the shot. Taking advantage of the opponent's confusion, Notts County striker Ellen White took a sharp and precise shot into the bottom corner of the goal. It's clear that these footballers are great friends with creative ideas and well-rehearsed set pieces.
Oh, and it was touched to Ellen White! Beautifully.
David Luiz became one of the key players in the 2014 World Cup quarter-final match against Colombia. In addition to his solid defensive play, the defender scored a magnificent goal from a free kick. The Colombian national team players committed a foul about 30 meters from their goal, and it seemed unthinkable that a direct shot could be taken from such a distance. However, David Luiz sent the ball straight into the goal with an incredibly powerful strike. The ball changed its trajectory slightly during its flight, making the shot look as if someone had fired a powerful rocket. This incredible goal sent the Brazilian national team to the semi-finals of the World Cup, where they were set to face the formidable German national team. The Uruguayan Adrian Luna once played for the Spanish club Espanyol, but he scored perhaps the most outstanding goal of his career while playing for the Indian club Kerala Blasters. His free kick was so unpredictable that the ball changed its trajectory several times in flight. The opposing goalkeeper desperately tried to react, but changed his decision 3 times and ultimately collapsed helplessly onto the field.
So Luna with a free kick.
And Cristiano Ronaldo's goal against the Spanish national team turned out to be not only magnificent, but also extremely important for the team. The Portuguese forward assumed his famous stance, then exhaled and sent the ball with a precise strike into David De Gea's net. There were no complaints about the Spanish goalkeeper in this episode, who had already been playing uncertainly throughout the match. because Ronaldo did everything perfectly, and David could only watch as the ball flew into the net. Cristiano secured an important draw for his team and also scored the first World Cup hat-trick of his career.
It's Ronaldo. Oh, he's done it! He has only gone and done it!
But back in April 2016, Cristiano Ronaldo also scored an outstanding free kick in the match against Wolfsburg in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League quarter-finals. This match took place on April 12 at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Real Madrid had lost the first leg 2-0, and they needed a convincing victory to advance to the semi-finals. Ronaldo opened the scoring in the 15th minute, scoring the first goal, and 2 minutes later, he completed his brace. However, his most important moment came in the 77th minute when he executed a masterful free kick. Ronaldo positioned himself about 25 meters from the goal. His shot went through a gap between the players and the wall, and then the ball, after hitting the turf, went precisely into the goal, leaving Wolfsburg goalkeeper Thiago with no chance of making a save. This goal made the score 3-0 in favor of the hosts, and thanks to Ronaldo's hat-trick, the team advanced to the semi-finals of the tournament with an aggregate score of 3-2.
Ronaldo. Beautiful! Beautiful!
And the Portuguese's goal in the match against Portsmouth in 2008 became a true masterpiece. Taking a few steps back, Cristiano Ronaldo assumed his signature stance. After a brief exchange of words with Wayne Rooney, the Portuguese unleashed a strike of incredible power and accuracy. The ball, barely spinning, flew on a perfect trajectory straight into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper with only the option of helplessly watching it go in.
Here he comes. Oh my word! Can you believe?
The players of Bayern Munich have demonstrated unusual free kick routines more than once, but perhaps one of the most memorable was the one that happened in the Champions League match against Crvena Zvezda. This free kick, although not particularly difficult to execute, looked very impressive. Thiago Alcantara first pretended to look for a teammate and then made a light chip into the opponent's penalty area. Thomas Muller, running in, brilliantly finished the pass with a volley. Everything was ingenious and simple, and considering Joshua Kimmich's facial expression during the goal celebration, it seemed as if he himself didn't fully understand what an inventive combination his teammates had just pulled off.
Kimmich standing over this, Thiago for Muller! Brilliant finish! Well worked.
But what video about free kicks would be complete without Andrea Pirlo? Throughout his career, this maestro scored many stunning goals from set pieces. However, this time, let's recall the magnificent goal scored by the legendary Italian against Torino. His signature run-up and curling shot left the goalkeeper utterly bewildered. The ball gracefully flew over the wall, grazed the crossbar, and landed precisely in the net. This goal can be described with just one word: a masterpiece.
Pirlo con il destro, Pirlo e gol! Va in vantaggio la Juventus al 35esimo minuto.
Ronaldo's shot was, without exaggeration, powerful, but it still doesn't compare to the strike of his compatriot, Ronny. In a game against Hannover, with the score at 0-1, in the 81st minute of the match, the Brazilian struck the ball with such force that it's hard to describe in words. In this case, the players in the wall were likely just as happy as the goal scorer, because if a ball at that speed had hit any part of their body, it would have inevitably led to very unpleasant consequences. But the most interesting thing is that this goal by Ronny isn't even among the top 10 most powerful shots in football history.
It's Ronny. Wow, what a goal!
Leighton Baines' free kick goal against Newcastle in 2013, scored in the 43rd minute of the Premier League match, was simply stunning. Baines equalized just before halftime, sending the ball into the net with an incredible strike. He shot with his left foot from a distance of about 25 to 30 meters, directing the ball precisely into the top corner of the goal. The shot was so accurate and powerful that goalkeeper Tim Krul couldn't save it, despite all his efforts. This moment once again demonstrated the incredible accuracy and skill of Leighton Baines when taking free kicks.
Pretty sure it will be Baines who hits one. Oh, what a goal that is! It's a rocket from Leighton Baines.
On March 15, 2009, Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored a decisive free kick goal in Inter's match against Fiorentina at the San Siro Stadium as part of the Italian Championship. This goal, scored in the 94th minute, became the key moment of the game. Inter was awarded a free kick right at the very end of the match. Ibrahimovic, who is famous for his confidence and technique, took a shot from long range. The ball flew with incredible speed and, after hitting the crossbar, ended up in Fiorentina's net. This goal confirms Zlatan's reputation as a footballer capable of deciding the outcome of matches even in the most tense situations, and became an important moment for Inter in their fight for the championship title. Wolfsburg midfielder Maximilian Arnold left Bayer Leverkusen's goalkeeper, Lucas Hradecki, completely baffled after taking a free kick. When the midfielder struck the ball with his left foot, the Leverkusen goalkeeper saw that the ball was heading for the near corner and began to move in that direction. However, at one point, the ball sharply changed its trajectory and flew towards the far corner. The goalkeeper could do nothing about it, as his first mistaken movement had deprived him of any chance.
He's the only player over this, and with good reason. What an outstanding...
Neymar's free kick in the match against Bordeaux on September 30th, 2017. As early as the 5th minute of the match, PSG was awarded a free kick 25 to 30 meters from the Bordeaux goal. Neymar took the shot with his right foot, curling the ball over the wall. It flew precisely into the top left corner of the goal, and the Bordeaux goalkeeper, Benoit Costel, didn't have time to react to this magnificent strike. The ball hit the back of the net, opening the scoring in the match. This goal was the beginning of a rout, and Neymar was one of the key players in that game, scoring 2 goals and providing several assists.
Autorizou. O árbitro vem aí. Neymar, pé direito na bola, jogou no alto!
And in 2017, the football world was in awe of Neymar's brilliant performance in the return match between Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain in the round of 16 of the Champions League. This match, played on March 8, 2017 at the Camp Nou Stadium in Barcelona, became historic thanks to one of the most incredible comebacks in the tournament's history, known as La Remontada. After a crushing 4-0 defeat in the first leg, Barcelona's fate hung by a thread. However, in the return match, the Catalans managed to score 3 quick goals, but then missed to Edinson Cavani. By the 87th minute, the score was 3-1 in favor of Barcelona, which on aggregate meant 3-5, and the team needed to score 3 more goals to advance to the next round. It was then that Neymar took the initiative into his own hands. In the 88th minute, he scored a magnificent goal with a direct free kick, sending the ball precisely into the near top corner of the goal, defended by Paris Saint-Germain's goalkeeper, Kevin Trapp. The Brazilian was so motivated and composed that evening that in the 90th minute, he converted a penalty, making the score 5-1. The climax came in the 5th minute of stoppage time when, after a free kick delivery from Neymar, Sergi Roberto scored the decisive 6th goal, setting the final score at 6-1, 6-5 on aggregate, and completing La Remontada. This incredible match not only provided hope, but also showed that the impossible becomes possible when there's perseverance and belief in oneself. The moment will remain in football history as one of the most thrilling and inspiring.
Sleeve here. Oh, he's got something really special up his sleeve.
Hakim Ziyech scored a fantastic free kick in Ajax's match against Chelsea, which took place on November 5, 2019 at Stamford Bridge in London during the group stage of the Champions League. This match ended in a dramatic 4-4 draw. Ziyech took a free kick from the right flank from a very tight angle. His shot was so accurate and powerful that the ball, after hitting the goalpost, ricocheted off the head of Chelsea's goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and ended up in the goal. Officially, the goal was recorded as an own goal by Kepa, but Ziyech's skill in executing this kick made a huge impression. This goal helped Ajax temporarily go ahead 3-1, but the match ultimately ended with the incredible result of 4-4.
For the Dutch team, and that's not a bad effort. In fact, it's a brilliant effort.
Lionel Messi's free kick against Atletico Madrid on February 27, 2012 was a true demonstration of the football magic that only he is capable of. The match took place at the legendary Vicente Calderón Stadium in Madrid. By the 81st minute, the score was 1-1, and the game was tense, as both teams were desperately fighting for a win. It was then that Barcelona was awarded a free kick from the left flank, near the corner of the penalty area. Messi, known for his composure and skill in such situations, calmly approached the ball. The wall of Atletico players had already taken its position, and goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois was preparing for the shot, fully aware that the outcome of the match was at stake. But even a goalkeeper as experienced as Courtois could not have predicted what would happen next. Messi took a perfect shot with his left foot, The ball flew on an amazing trajectory, describing a high arc over the wall and curling right into the far corner of the goal. The strike was so precise and cunning that Courtois, despite his reaction and height, couldn't get to it. The ball landed perfectly in the top right corner, and the entire stadium erupted with emotion. Barcelona fans were jubilant, while the Atletico players couldn't believe their eyes. This goal was decisive and brought Barcelona a 2-1 victory. Messi once again proved that his free kicks are not just luck, but the result of masterful technique and precise calculation. This moment was not only a match winner, but also a symbol of his football genius, capable of changing the course of a game at any moment, even from the most difficult angle on the field.
They go for the...
Oh my goodness!
And it's simply impossible to list all of Messi's free kick goals, as Lionel can come up with something that will amaze the whole world in the most hopeless situations. His supernatural goal against Liverpool was recognized as the best goal of that Champions League campaign, although the end of the tie was very sad for Barcelona fans. And in the match against the USA, Lionel astonished not only the fans, but also the goalkeeper. Messi masterfully executed a free kick, sending the ball precisely into the top corner. The ball flew so cleanly into the far top corner that after watching the replay, it seems like it's being controlled as if in a FIFA game, because it's impossible to explain how Messi strikes free kicks so gracefully.
Messi. Oh, absolutely astounding!
In 2020, a Serie A match took place in which Atalanta faced Torino, and one of the biggest surprises of that game was an incredible free kick goal by Josip Ilicic. In the second half, the referee awarded a free kick for a handball by a Torino defender. Josip Ilicic instantly noticed that the Torino goalkeeper had lost his position and come too far off his line, and he immediately unleashed a powerful shot from almost the center of the field. It was so sudden that only 3 seconds passed between the referee's whistle and the Slovenian shot.
Oh, and Ilicic has taken this quickly. The goalkeeper's a long way out. One of the most...
In August 2010, a match took place between Wolverhampton and Stoke City, and the home team demonstrated a rather original set-piece routine. Carl Henry passed to David Jones, who received the ball, then flicked it up and, with his left foot, sent it straight under the crossbar. A superb execution, although perhaps it was just luck. However, once on a football show, the players were asked to repeat this trick, and they did it again on the first try.
Six-man wall for Stoke. Players off to either side. Flicked up, and what a wonderful goal that is by David Jones!
In the Champions League match between Schalke and Manchester City, the visitors were losing 2-1. However, substitute Leroy Sané, as if deciding that there had been enough surprises after the game in Madrid, scored a stunning free kick goal in the 85th minute, surprising even Pep Guardiola. The shot was so powerful that the ball hardly changed its direction. It's worth remembering that before moving to Manchester City, this forward played for Schalke, so he didn't celebrate the goal against his former club.
It is Leroy Sané, and what about that? Yes, he can, all right!
Despite frequent criticism from fans, Granit Xhaka executed an incredibly beautiful free kick in one of the matches against Crystal Palace. When Granit Xhaka stepped up to the ball, few expected a direct shot from him, especially from such a seemingly awkward position. However, the Swiss player unleashed a fantastic strike, after which the ball flew on a perfect trajectory and landed precisely in the far top corner of the goal.
Oh, it's an absolute howitzer from Granit Xhaka. He's got it in his...
Well, on that note, we conclude the second part of our review of legendary free kicks. Today, we've once again witnessed some of the most impressive moments that have gone down in football history. These episodes vividly demonstrate how skill and confidence can completely change the course of any game. Don't forget, behind every such strike are years of hard training and an unyielding will to win. Which of these goals impressed you the most? Be sure to write it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new episodes. And if this video gets 500 likes, we'll immediately start working on the third part. Most importantly, love football and take care of yourselves and your loved ones.